Get ready with me and I'll tell you exactly what I learned this 2025 per month. So let's start with January. In January this year, I lost someone that was important to me, impactful in my life. So I learned in January that life is short. Chase your dreams. In February, I learned that inevitably, if you chase your dreams, you will arrive there. Nothing is impossible unless you don't take action. I was working in my dream role and I was learning that I can be in charge, you know? I was learning that, yeah, this is real. I can trust my ideas. I can trust my perspective. February, I loved you, but it got better in March. In March, I learned that chasing your dreams can take you international, and I traveled in my dream role to another city. It was kind of like solidifying things that I want to do at a small, testable scale. March, I loved you, Paris. I fell in love with the passion. Yes. Oh, and by the way, I'm using Wonder Skin's Hyper Bond foundation. I've kind of messed up here and I haven't done my bronzer, but that's fine. I will do it after. In April, I learned a lot. I managed my own photo shoot for a paid client for the first time by myself. So I really learned that I can trust myself for the main part. Can you see a pattern here? I was learning to trust myself, trust my vision. I want to be a creative director, so I was having like little tests of what that would be like. Concept, execution, hiring. I had done all of it by April. Learning how to be a manager in April. What I learned about that is that doing, planning, and trust is what's going to help you be a great manager. Because I forgot to bronze, we're going to do it now that I've done the concealer. I know it's a bit late, but at least I can go back in and fix the concealer before I set it, you know? If I set it and then I try to do bronzer, it's not going to go how I want it to go. So we're doing that first with the curve case, of course. Let me tell you about May. You know, in May, I really learned that after years and years of isolating myself, being social is actually not too bad. You know, being on the scene is not too bad. The main thing I learned is that we can go through phases in life. We can have different seasons, and it's okay to transition seasons. Also, I learned how much of a fucking hottie I am with braids. June, creative exploration. So I did some pottery, I tried out things I had desires to do, and I just did them. You know, I just did the things that I wanted to do creatively. So that was fun. Met new circles of friends, interacted with new people, getting out of your comfort zone. It's okay to go out and explore new connections, and that's what I did. In June, in July, I learned the importance of networking and how simply attending and expressing yourself and what you do and who you are can get you in touch with some important, your people, I guess, that are important for you and your journey. Being brave, being proud of your achievements, being bold enough to go to those spaces will do you good. And that the industry isn't just online. That's what I learned. Also in July, I learned to be grateful for every moment because that dream job was put to a halt. I've been learning over the years that everything is a season as it pertains to me, and I'm okay with that flow. I'm just learning to make enough security and insurance for myself so that when down seasons do happen, I'm not in the bin. Yeah? In August, I learned that building connections makes you very desirable. Very, very desirable. Even though I had lost I didn't really lose it, but the end of our contract came for my dream role. I was getting so many headhunted opportunities that I now had to learn to choose what exactly is it that I want to do. And you know, I've just realized this whole time I've got one earring in. So you guys weren't going to tell me. In August, I learned that, okay, now you've achieved your goals, you've got credentials. What do you want to do? I started working. It was okay, but it wasn't the space that I wanted. Still love them, still loved it. But I had to honor my true desires. And I learned that. Well, I didn't learn that in August. I kind of learned that later, but I learned from the experiences of August. That's what I would say to me now, if that makes sense. September, birthday month! Woo! So obviously in September, I turned tonight. I learned in September that adulting, that you have to allow other people to adult, you know? Expectations have to change if you want peace in your life, you know? Because I had to learn not to take things personal. I had to learn that it's okay to take a break, because I normally like to do the most on my birthday, or I try to. But it was okay to accommodate myself and really reflect on what it is that I want and my goals. In October, I traveled again. This was a getaway trip with a friend of mine. And I learned going with the flow of life will also get you opportunities that you want, because I ended up modeling internationally by accident. And I loved it. Going with the flow, having fun will lead you to the right places, for sure. With discipline, of course. And if you're ready, you know what they say. Preparation and opportunity is what equates to luck. So because I had already been working towards my goals beforehand, I kind of just slot into this opportunity. So I loved that. And I loved that about October. I had a really good time. And also, it was nice to catch up with international friends. In November, I learned that even corporate is not sustainable. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. That's what I learned in November. Even corporate working is not sustainable. And that's it. I have nothing else to say. That's it. Make sure you do your hustle on the side, or you go and do something that you like. Wonder Skin. December taught me that just because things end doesn't mean that it's always disposable. So you know how I told you that corporate went a bit funny? It wasn't the end of the world. We managed to find a compromise. So in December, I learned that it's best not to end things with bad blood. It's best to maintain your integrity and your honesty and share your opinion, because it usually will work in your favor. And 2025 as a whole taught me, put your hat on and really think about what you want. Let me know in the comments what stood out to you this 2025. Is there any particular month that really shifted things for you? If you enjoyed this, I want to see more content like this, because I kind of liked it. Wishing you a sexy 2026. I'll catch you later. Happy New Year!